Hey guys, how's it going? With My Hero Ultra Rumble's release getting closer and closer, hopefully out sometime this year, I thought it would be a good idea to go over some things that are on my wish list for the game. So sit back, relax, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into this. So, we already know that there are 12 characters in the game so far. Those being All Might, Shigaraki, Froppy, Mount Lady, Deku, Darby, Toga, Bakugo, Uraraka, Cementos, Todoroki, and Mr. Compress. We also know that there's a beta for the game that happened 6 months ago, meaning there has been plenty of time for them to add more characters to the game, since I highly doubt Viking have spent the last 6 months on game balance. Anyway, the first thing on my wish list is more characters. The first of those being Gentle Criminal. I think it would be a very interesting character to add, considering what his quirk is. He could use it to get to high ground, he could use it to deflect projectiles, he could use it to protect teammates. There are so many uses that his quirk would have, and it would also make people think while rushing him, but on the downside, I could see why Gentle might be too broken to add to the game. Since projectiles are a major part, if he was the only character that could deflect those, he would be too OP. He would be as OP as All Might was in the beta. The next character I'd like to see added to Ultra Rumble is Mr. Aizawa. Again, like Gentle, I think Mr. Aizawa would bring something very unique to Ultra Rumble, and people would think before rushing in, maybe Aizawa could be a technical character, so like, he wouldn't do that much damage, but he could do things like setting traps, and taking the enemy's quirks away. I feel like this would be more of what he's like in the anime and manga. Working from the shadows, setting traps and stuff, this would be an awesome addition to Ultra Rumble, and add a layer of strategy to the game desperately needed, because I'll be honest with you guys, while Ultra Rumble is a pretty fun game as things go, right now, there is no strategy to the game. Sure, you have characters like Cementos for map control, but other than him, it's literally just teams running into each other, mashing all their abilities, and whoever chose the stronger character comes out on top every single time, which is why All Might was so OP in the beta. So if Viking does decide to add more characters that aren't necessarily strong but have something about them that would make them useful in the game, I think people would choose them, and it would make Ultra Rumble way more interesting. So, My Hero Ultra Rumble is a battle royale, right? So that means there are no story implications to anything that happens in the game, and Viking could literally add anything from the My Hero universe. The final character I'd like to see added, since I don't want to do too many at once, is Lady Nagant. Spoiler warning, for those of you that don't know who she is, skip to this timestamp to avoid spoilers. Anyway, Lady Nagant, she would literally be the perfect character to add to Ultra Rumble. For those of you that don't know what her quirk is, or should I say quirks, Lady Nagant's quirk is called Rifle. She can turn her right arm into a sniper rifle and use her hair to create bullets. Even snipe. You know, this guy, he said himself that he can't match her skills in sniping, even though that's literally his quirk. I think this would be perfect for Ultra Rumble, since she could fight at long range, but this takes her into her second quirk. That's right, she has two quirks. Her second quirk was given to her by AFO as payment for going after Deku, and this quirk is called Airwalk. It's pretty much just what it says. It lets Lady Nagant levitate mid-air. She could use this to quickly change sniping positions, which would be very, very useful in Ultra Rumble, but I think this quirk would have to be tied to one of her skills, otherwise it would be too OP if she could just walk through the air whenever she wants. Moving on to the next thing I'd like to see added to the game is actually an item. The quirk erasing bullets that the Shihei Hasaika used during season 4 of the anime. The way this could work is, randomly around the map, in crates, you would have a chance of finding a gun loaded with 3 quirk erasing bullets. Then, if you were to use this gun on an enemy, for the next 20 seconds, they wouldn't be able to use any of their skills. Now, I understand that this would be very OP, which is why this weapon would be an ultra rare drop from crates. Otherwise, everyone would be running around with these, and it would be absolute chaos. The next thing I'd like to see added to Ultra Rumble is more game mode options. In My Hero Ultra Rumble, currently, the only option you have is squads with 3 people. That's good and all, but I would really like to see duos and singles modes added to the game. Not everybody wants to play in squads, so adding these would give players more freedom when going into a game. Something else I'd like to see, and this one may be controversial, but I'd like to see them make it harder to earn coins in the game. The beta was up for a total of 12 hours between the 2 days. I played for about 4 hours, and in those 4 hours, I earned so many coins that I easily bought over 200 crate pulls and pulled every every single item in the game, to the point where every item I was pulling in the game, it kept giving me more money to do more pulls, and I was stuck in an endless loop of pulling money with money. It was weird, but it was because I'd pulled every item in the game, so it couldn't give me anything else. And I'll be honest, it was nice being able to do that many pulls at once, because I, like a lot of you, have a crippling gacha addiction. But at the same time, if I can do this, anyone can do this. So after 4 hours of being on the game, you'd earn every single item, and you'd have so many coins you'd be in the position I was in where you'd just keep using money to pull more money. Now, I'm not saying make it stupidly impossible to earn coins, maybe just lessen how much we earn, or raise the price of the crates, because people will get bored. The next thing I'd like to see added to Ultra Rumble is more map options. While I think the USJ is a perfect map, because it has a little bit of everything, I also recognize that it's a battle royale, and maps get stale super quickly. Hell, that's why games like Fortnite change the map every season, because if they didn't, players would get bored, and I can 100% see this happening with Ultra Rumble, if Biking doesn't add more maps. The My Hero universe is full of interesting places that could be used as maps, like Tartarus, UA itself, the Beast Forest. Granted, I know it takes time and money to make these maps, so unless the game is popular, I can't see Biking making more maps, but we can hope. The next thing I'd like to see added is some kind of revive mechanic in My Hero Ultra Rumble. If one of your teammates die, then they stay dead for the whole match. This can be annoying very quickly, so I propose maybe when you or someone on your team is defeated, a doctor's note will show up where their body was, and then at different points around the map, there would be different medical stations set up with Recovery Girl, you know, the old granny who works at UA, waiting at each of them, and you will take this doctor's note to Recovery Girl, and then it would revive your teammate. But obviously, they would lose all of their skills and items that they picked up along the way before they died. Doing this would honestly benefit the game massively, because it really does get boring just watching your teammates. I've been there, it's not fun, and I feel like we should have a chance of a second life, because there are times in the game where you will get 1-on-3'd and there's nothing you can do about it. You can try to run away, but they will always chase after you, so adding a revive system would make these situations a little less frustrating. And the final thing I'd like to see added to My Hero Ultra Rumble is daily challenges. Literally every other battle royale has them, so Ultra Rumble should too. It gives people a reason to get on the game and do something. Maybe it could be something like get a kill with a certain character, or level up a certain character skill to level 9 in one match. They could do so much with this. Going back to what I said earlier about earning too much money, they could even lock certain cosmetics behind challenges to give people a reason to grind those specific challenges to get the costumes that they want. But let me know what you guys think. What would you guys like to see added to My Hero Ultra Rumble? Whether it be a character, or an item, or even a mechanic. My name is Webb, hope you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.